Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we bring you 10 most amazing facts about the male body. So let's get started. All males were once females. Did you know that all human beings, including males of course, began their lives as females? Yep, that's right. We all started out as females. The X and Y chromosomes are the ones responsible for determining an individual's sex. If two X chromosomes join together during conception, a girl is produced. On the other hand, if an X and a Y chromosome join together, a boy appears. During the first 5 to 6 weeks, the Y chromosome is inactive, and until it begins to function, all embryos continue developing as a girl. Men tend to use just one side of their brain. Research has shown that men tend to perform tasks on the left side of the brain. This is the rational, logical side, as opposed to the right side, which is responsible for creativity and the artistic flair. Women, on the other hand, use both the left and the right hemispheres. And even though the physical dimensions of the brain is slightly larger amongst men, women tend to have a larger corpus callosum, which means that they can transfer information between left and right parts of their brain much more quicker than men can. This is the reason why women tend to be much better at multitasking than men. In men, the connections are usually stronger between the front and back regions of the brain, which makes them better at a single specific task that requires spatial thinking, like navigating and using the GPS. Men have thicker skin. Men literally have thicker skin than women. In fact, a man's skin is about 25% thicker, and that's because of androgens like testosterone. Dr. Diana Howard from the International Dermal Institute explains that men and women's skin changes differently over time too. A man's skin thins gradually with age. In contrast, a woman's skin thickness remains constant until the menopause and then begins to thin significantly. Baldness. It is a popular belief that the baldness-causing gene is passed on exclusively by the mother's side, but this is not entirely true. There are other, no less important factors. In fact, it has been observed that men whose fathers are bald are more likely to develop male pattern baldness. So much so that if a man's father is bald, his chances of also losing his hair increase by up to 60%. The activity of male hormones in the body also affects the hair follicles in such a way that the body gradually loses its ability to produce new hair. Stress and a poor diet also significantly increase the risk of going bald. The baldness in men can start as early as the teenage years, and by the age of 50, half of all men are going bald. But don't worry too much, because the path to complete baldness typically takes 15 to 25 years, which usually starts with a receding hairline. Adam's apple. Have you ever wondered what the Adam's apple is for, and why do men have larger ones than women? During the teenage years of men, their bodies experience a series of changes, one of which is the protrusion of the Adam's apple. The Adam's apple expands to account for the growth of the larynx. As the larynx grows, the man's voice becomes deeper and lower. Did you know that contrary to popular belief, women can also have an Adam's apple? Most women have a small version of the Adam's apple on their necks, made up of thyroid cartilage, the only purpose of which is to protect the vocal cords. Musky men. Men's bodies stink. The reason? Well, compared to women, guys have more of the hormone androstenone in their sweat and urine. This hormone acts like a pheromone amongst mammals like boars, which is used to signal sexual and social information to other animals. Though humans can smell androstenone, it's unclear whether it plays a similar role for humans as it does for other mammals. Depending on your genes, however, androstenone can smell like either urine or vanilla. Lactation. Men don't typically produce milk from their breasts, but under certain circumstances, they can. This can happen, for instance, under extreme starvation, or while undergoing hormone treatments for various health problems, or even through actual physical and mechanical stimulation. Cancer patients being treated with estrogen start to lactate when injected with prolactin, which is a hormone known to stimulate breast development and milk production in women. Studies have shown that male lactation can also occur when tranquilizers disrupt the function of the hypothalamus, a region of the brain that controls the pituitary gland, the primary source of prolactin. Easier to sweat. Have you ever noticed that males are easier to sweat? Don't worry, this is a normal condition. The male body will naturally reach the highest body temperature when they go to sleep. This temperature, though, will drop rapidly when they wake up. The rapid drop of body temperature is the trigger of sweat in the morning. Besides the natural factor, stress is also the cause of sweat. If someone, especially men, are stressed, he is more likely easier to get sweaty. Men age slower compared to women. From the neck up, men tend to age better than women. This happens due to the fact that men lose collagen density more slowly than women, which means their skin resists wrinkles and sagging as they get older. Dermatologists claim that both men and women lose about 1% of collagen per year after age 20, but the loss accelerates significantly in women when they hit menopause. But since men often don't take much care of their skin, as women do, they're more susceptible to skin damage, and this can negate their natural advantage. Even a little bit of sunscreen can protect men from the harmful rays of the sun and help them maintain their skin's natural health and longevity. Men, too, can get yeast infections. Those itchy, embarrassing, and annoying infections hit men in the same nether regions as they do women. They're relatively common in men who are uncircumcised, heavy-set, or prone to excessive sweating. The symptoms of these infections include a red rash and, occasionally, the same type of discharge that afflicts women. Fortunately, though, Monistat and other OTC antifungals don't discriminate and work just as well on men as they do on women. So, these were 10 facts about the male body that you probably didn't know. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe and press that bell icon for more amazing videos. Until we see you next time, thank you for watching.